Udimut Karunaratne off just 61 deliveries.
Well, he's justifying his return. His 750 in a very short ODI career. And his first versus Afghanistan. And this is the stability that Sri Lanka has been searching as a team. Sri Lanka's last few outings have been great in terms of a team score. So Udimut Karunaratne is in there to bat the 50 overs, provide you with that stable base. He certainly started doing that in this game. 52 of 61. That's a wide.
Yes, so just going back to that dot ball percentage, that it's the middle overs where Sri Lanka want to improve, when the field is a little bit more spread. Oh, that's close. That's very close. And given.
Well. Noor Ahmed strikes. Udimut Karunaratne needed to bat longer, needed to carry on, but rushed him, beat him, it stayed down. Afghanistan has got a big wicket, I'll tell you. They've dismissed both openers, the set batter. After all the hard work, Udimut Karunaratne goes. This is a big blow.
Oh no! Cousin का first function on my first day. अगर स्टीम लग गया तो उन दिनों में embarrassment से बचने के लिए try the new always extra long जो दे आम पैड के मुकाबले 1-2-3 गुना ज्यादा protection. Extra long always के 3 गुना तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से रहो. Extra confident. New always extra long.
What a fancy game of cricket. अब तो कुछ fancy खाना बनता है. When you order food from Bandra High Street, nobody needs a review. क्योंकि fancy food हो या cricket, can't miss it.
पैंटीन जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में. पैंटीन बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा.
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू.
What a fancy game of cricket. अब तो कुछ fancy खाना बनता है. When you order food from Bandra High Street, nobody needs a review. क्योंकि fancy food हो या cricket, can't miss it.
आज होगा टक्कर का मुकाबला. बिहारी, कढ़ाई और तेल का तड़का. अब इन्हें सिर्फ एक चक्कर में करेगा साफ नया एरियल.
नया और बेहतर एरियल जिसमें है क्लीनिंग बूस्टर्स जो करें जिद्दी दागों का सफाया.
तो किसने दी एक चक्कर में दागों को टक्कर?
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू.
Oh no! Cousin का first function on my first day. अगर स्टीम लग गया तो उन दिनों में embarrassment से बचने के लिए try the new always extra long जो दे आम पैड के मुकाबले 1-2-3 गुना ज्यादा protection. Extra long always के 3 गुना तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से रहो. Extra confident. New always extra long.
पैंटीन जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में. पैंटीन बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा.
Deeper. Just make sure that he becomes the anchor and the others bat around. But now Afghanistan has the opportunity to strike. They're looking to attack. You could see that the fielders inside the circle have come in tight. Noor Ahmed smelling blood here, just pushing it through. Never an easy bowler.
This is where you need your busy players. The gift really just needed to get some bats on it. There is a man down at point who's protecting that boundary.
Important face in the game. For sure it's an important face in the game. The Sri Lanka needs a partnership here. If they can get a partnership, get out of this tight situation, the chances are that they can get something big. But Afghanistan, on the other hand, 2 quick wickets, Sri Lanka under pressure. Sensible. 7 runs and a wicket, 112 for 2.
हर घर मजबूत बनता है अच्छी आदतों से, जैसे ख्याल रखने की आदत। इसीलिए यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलन्स एसी का विंड ब्लास्ट फीचर करे कमरे में फौरी ठंडक, 30% स्ट्रॉन्गर एयर फ्लो, क्योंकि डॉलन्स रिलायबल है।
होने वाले दामाद जी, गले तो मिलो। फिर से डैंड्रफ का डर हमेशा सर पे सवार।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
Middle period, you've also got 5 men that have to be inside that 30-yard circle. Nice run. So when you've got a batter that's in, like Karunaratne, who sits on, he was 50 not out, you're still looking for that in batter to be able to find a boundary while there are 5 men inside the 30-yard circle. But now there's 2 new batters at the crease. Mendes has got 9 and Samara Vikrama's only got 1. So here they're both looking to get themselves in. So the boundary count starts to drop and the dot ball count starts to escalate, and that's an issue that needs to be sorted.
That's where the spinners try to come in. They try to get through their overs quickly. That's what the spinners are bowling. You suddenly find that you lost overs so quickly because they get through their overs. Sri Lanka was starting to build quite nicely. And now we've seen that drop. That's the Manhattan. That's nicely played. Very nicely played, using the pace. Oh, has he missed it? I think he has. That's Noor Ahmed. That's a welcome boundary for Samaravikrama. For a moment I thought he had it covered, but it wasn't the case.
Error in the field, but what a lovely stroke. Great example of a paddle. He just helps it along the way that the line had been bowled. Oops.
Not happy. Look at Nabi. He's not happy. Looking to build pressure. You spoke about it. And we speak about, oh, there's more runs here. Short and wide. That's another boundary for Samaravikrama. This is important. These are very important runs in the context of the game and in this space.
And for a man returning to the side. Well, the previous delivery was an error from the fielder Noor Ahmed. This one from Mohammad Nabi. It's short, it's wide. He deservedly gets put to the boundary.
What he's doing here, if he could carry on, is he's releasing the pressure. He's looking to try and transfer the pressure back. Good cricket, very good cricket. You get 2 boundaries and you make sure that you rotate the strike. You don't play dot balls. This is sensible cricket.
You know, the pressure, if we just break it down by over, the pressure here is on Nabi, even for this last delivery. So Mendes needs to just say, look, I'm looking for one. If you bowl me a bad ball, I'll put it away. But there's no need for me to take a high risk here. If I get a single, we've taken him for 11.
Last ball of the over. It's a dot ball, but still a good over for Sri Lanka. 10 runs.
Hi, I'm Zara. मैं आपकी ad agency join करना चाहती हूँ. Uff, hair fall. If I don't look my best, तो कैसे दूंगी अपना बेस्ट?
पैंटीन, जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला, जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में। पैंटीन, बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा।
Never an auction. Look at those names that have already been included. Bought pre-auction. Babar Azam, David Miller, Shakib Al Hassan, and some really big names from Sri Lanka as well. 5 teams. Jaffna team, Kings. They've won it thrice on all 3 occasions. Tisara Pereira will be really boasting about it. Helena Kandambi was the coach, Pereira the captain. What a record they have in the LPL, winning it. The first 3 editions, sweeping the board.
Yeah, I think very wise to get it back to its original planned dates around that July, August time as well.
Yeah, the LPL was originally supposed to be in August, but it was shifted around, let's not forget, for various reasons. I mean, we do know that the world has endured a very difficult time the last 2 or 3 years. This country did endure a tough time last year, but thankfully, things are falling into place.
Yeah, understandably. What I was trying to say was it opens up an avenue for those top players to be available, because when it was held in that December-January period, there are so many tournaments that are played, franchise tournaments, over that period that you are competing for the big names. Now we see Babar Azam, David Miller, Shakib Al Hassan. That just adds to the importance of the LPL. It's if they can embrace that period, that August from here on in, it would be fantastic for them.
He's looking good. Sadira Samaravikrama. He's moving quickly. Nice stride, pushing it through mid-off. Already moved to 12 of 8. Yeah, just on that subject, so many big names already bought pre-auction. Sri Lankan big names. Kusal Mendis, Wanindu Hasaranga. Chamika Karunaratne, I believe, is one of them that has been bought. So 10. Angelo Matthews. Yeah, it's going to be a very good, well fought out, competitive tournament. Bowled. Well bowled. That's the wrong one. He's bowling at good pace. For a wrist spinner, he needs to bowl at a decent pace. And he's mixing it up quite well. Boys! Such a picturesque ground, so much of greenery. Oh, bowled again.
आज बहुत मजा आया। अब शावर में और मजा आएगा, क्योंकि सेफगार्ड का क्रीमी झाग एक्शन में आएगा। सेफगार्ड करें हम, and let's face it। सेफगार्ड का तहफ़्फ़ुज़ जब एक्शन दिखाए, जस्ट को घंटों दूर भगाए। सेफगार्ड से नहाना, जस्ट दूर भगाना।
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू।
आज होगा टक्कर का मुकाबला। तो एक चक्कर में जीतेगा नया एरियल का नया ब्लू फॉर्मूला, जो जिद्दी से जिद्दी दागों का करे सफाया। किसने दी एक चक्कर में दागों को टक्कर?
Again, this is what we are talking about with Nabi. Look where that ball ended up. He was playing for some off spin. It slid off that outside edge of the bat.
He does. He mixes it up beautifully. Does bowl the traditional off spinner. But this one just drifts away. Just drifts off the breeze. Just a slight breeze now.
And what's the one that turned? Now, Noor Ahmed and Dimut Karunaratne. That was an interesting one. I mean, Dimut Karunaratne was... You spoke about that technique. You spoke about that front foot. Just let's take a look at how it happened.
Yeah, those just spinning back into the left-handed Karunaratne. But I think the problem that Karunaratne has is the technique. The front foot, his right foot. He closes himself off. In other words... Is that just outside the line? So what tends to happen is the right foot of the left-hander goes towards cover. Now you close yourself off and you have to play around the front pad. And what you really need is the right foot of the left-hander what you need is the right foot of the left-hander to actually open slightly, to go towards mid-on more. And if it goes towards mid-on, he can swing his bat through and get the ball up to mid-off or mid-on. But it's just the right foot. It's too closed off. So he has to play across the line.
Perfect. And one other thing, to really look at those three deliveries, that delivery spun the least. The previous two deliveries spun down the leg side, so that surprised Karunaratne. And the pace we speak of, as a wrist spinner, it's so difficult to play him off the pitch. That rushed him, hit him on the pad, and as you said, that little bit in that technique can cause a downfall. 6 of the over.
मामा की बेबी आप कहाँ गए थे? पहन पुष्प पहन कर सो रहे थे। एलो वाले लोशन से रैश कटर हुआ दूर और मेरे बेबी को आया सुकून। मेरा सबसे बड़ा डर था रैश का, तो मैंने क्रीम्स, पाउडर्स, ऑयल्स सब कुछ ट्राई किया, लेकिन रैश का डर तो रहता ही था। लेकिन अब नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने स्विच किया टू पैम्पर्स, जिसमें पहले से ही लोशन विद एलोवेरा है, जो कबीर को दिन रात रैश से बचाता है। मेरी ना सुने, आप खुद ट्राई करें, आप भी कहेंगे अब से नो मोर रैश डिसीजंस। ट्राई पैम्पर्स।
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू।
ओह नो, कजिन का फर्स्ट फंक्शन ऑन माय फर्स्ट डे, अगर स्टेन लग गया तो उन दिनों में एम्बैरेसमेंट से बचने के लिए ट्राई द न्यू ऑलवेज एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग, जो दे आम पैड के मुकाबले 1 to 3 गुना ज्यादा प्रोटेक्शन। एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग ऑलवेज के 3 गुना तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से रहो एक्स्ट्रा कॉन्फिडेंट। न्यू ऑलवेज एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग।
From the cold that is engulfing Australia at the moment, is they've just hit winter time in Australia, and I tell you what, the temperatures have plummeted there, so this will be welcome for them here in Hambantota.
Now this partnership, 23 of 21. Mujib's back. 5 overs for 22. We've always spoken about the economy of Mujib across all 3 phases of the game, whether he bowls in the power play or in the middle overs or at the death. That's what makes this man unique. I know you worked with the Afghan boys this week. They seem to throw up so many mystery bowlers. I mean, you speak of Rashid Khan, you speak of this guy. Speak of Noor Ahmed, exceptional batters in the white ball format. Anything special that seemed to make that happen? Well, he's enjoying himself. But I really don't want to be inside that in this heat. That's a massive price for him to pay. And the mascot. Well, he's got a partner. Got somebody. Dancing in the aisles.
I think you get a lot of these subcontinent teams that produce such quality spin, mystery spin, because the facilities that they brought up on, they're not there for fast bowling, for seam bowling. And more often than not, the services are actually very, very flat. They're good for batting, and so you've got to find ways where you can compete. I think Mujib is what we would term a mystery spinner, Noor Ahmed just a wrist spinner, Rashid Khan just a wrist spinner. But again, where you're right, not your traditional wrist spinners, was the pace they bowl at. They bowl the ball very, very, very quickly, and I think this surface is now starting to suit them, because the drier the surface, I think the quicker you want to bowl. It's a single will bring up the end of the 27th, 136 for 2.
Try the new 7-Up Strawberry Lemonade.
आज होगा टक्कर का मुकाबला। तो एक चक्कर में जीतेगा नया एरियल का नया ब्लू फॉर्मूला जो जिद्दी से जिद्दी दागों का करे सफाया। किसने दी एक चक्कर में दागों को टक्कर?
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू।
The spinners are finding something on this, and it can only get a little. I don't think it's going to get really bad, but it will start helping the spinners a bit more when Sri Lanka bowls. Now you did the toss. That's when Sri Lanka had no hesitation in batting first. We'll come to that on the side. No, I thought that was the right call. I mean, this is a used pitch and you would want to bat first. But then what surprised me was the Saudis call when he said we would have bowled on. Did that surprise you, or what do you think?
Yeah, it did. It did actually. I thought that the captain on the toss would have a bat first because of the used surface we're on. Just one more down to third man. And there hasn't been as much rain as there was preceding that first one-day international. So the surface is certainly dried up underneath the covers. It's dried, and I thought there was the right thing to do was bat first. I think Sri Lanka got it right. What's going to be fascinating to see is the Sri Lankan seamers start bowling cutters. We haven't seen the Afghan seamers bowling any cutters, but their spinners are certainly enjoying bowling more on this particular surface today than they did the other day for the first one.
Yeah, the first surface was a good one. It settled down quite well. It flattened out. There was a bit of moisture earlier on, but then when the sun came out. But here, I think Sri Lanka had to win this toss. It was such an important toss. If they have a chance of equaling, I mean, they can still chase and win, but I'm saying nicely punched off the back foot. Always should favour the team batting first when you're batting on a used surface and when you have spinners at your disposal. Well, that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, even the grass, it's quite coarse. That can actually help with reverse swing later on. We haven't seen any of that yet in this series. Still good for batting. Not a minefield by any stretch of the imagination, but spin is better preferred here now.
Shall we say that the spinners can be very, very decisive when Afghanistan bats second. When I say spinners decisive, they need to bowl well on this surface. It's about bowling at the right pace and making sure that you're in the game, in the right zones. I mean, if you bowl badly, you're on a surface that's helping them, you can go for runs. So, as you said, it's not a minefield, it's a surface that you can score runs. Played again. This pair is rotating the strike quite well. 140 for 2.
Hi, I'm Zara. मैं आपकी ad agency join करना चाहती हूँ. Uff, hair fall. If I don't look my best, तो कैसे दूंगी अपना best?
पैंटीन जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में. पैंटीन बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा.
Sri Lanka winning the toss, deciding to bat first, just around a little ahead of halfway mark. Surely looking to post a good total out here. Fancy their chances when they come out to bowl then. Got Fareed alongside me, and I'm pretty sure that you're also thinking that a few boxes are being ticked by Sri Lanka in terms of setting bowls. A direct hit again would have been interesting. Good call for a single, putting that pressure on that fielder. He wasn't really far away, I tell you.
Direct hits most of the time are quite dangerous for the batsman. And as I said, most of the boxes so far Just had the feeling Kusal Mendes would have made his crease. Most of the boxes are ticked, yes. But this is where Sri Lanka has had problems in the past, the middle pace, how they pace the innings. Modern day demands to maintain at 5.5, 6 runs per over. At the moment, it's just 4.98 being maintained with both the batsmen are in as he played sweep shot. Most of the good teams around the world have done this pace really well, hence they are in the automatic qualifications.
It's so important to convert those starts that you get as an individual and as a partnership into those big numbers. We saw one in the first game, almost 100-run partnership that helped them to post a total that they liked. Today again we talk about that middle phase of any innings. It's so important to get those partnerships going where you absorb most of the overs and then lay a foundation for the last 10.
Rotation of the strike. Those singles, eventual boundary, not boundary, you say it. All of a sudden you're stopping 67 runs, showing urgency which is important in the middle overs. Nice play by Kusal Mendes towards long off for a single to end the 29. 143 for 2.
आज बहुत मजा आया। अब शावर में और मजा आएगा, क्योंकि सेफगार्ड का क्रीमी झाग एक्शन में आएगा। सेफगार्ड करें हम, and let's face it। सेफगार्ड का तहफ़्फ़ुज़ जब एक्शन दिखाए, जस्ट को दूर भगाए। सेफगार्ड से नहाना, जस्ट दूर भगाना।
Try the new 7-Up Strawberry Lemonade.
होने वाले दामाद जी, गले तो मिलो।
फिर से डैंड्रफ का डर हमेशा सर पे सवार।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
Use code BETORDER and enjoy ₹250 off.
आज होगा टक्कर का मुकाबला। बिहारी, कढ़ाई और तेल का तड़का अब इन्हें सिर्फ एक चक्कर में करेगा साहब। नया एरियल,
नया और बेहतर एरियल जिसमें है क्लीनिंग बूस्टर जो करे जिद्दी दागों का सफाया।
तो किसने दी एक चक्कर में दागों को टक्कर?
You talk about air tour, so important. Just gets that next crop ready. Looking at some names that have been shared by you from Sri Lanka A. Captain Nipun Dhananjay and Amandu Fernando. So quite a few names that you feel very soon will be featuring in the national side.
Some of them are knocking on the door already. Players like Dunit Vellalage. Ishan Madhush, who's had a great start in his test career against Ireland in the last series up in Gaul. He'll be knocking on the door. Youngsters like Lassit Cruz Pulle, Nunit Fernando. Nunit Fernando has already played for Sri Lanka. And Lassit Cruz Pulle is somebody who's playing in the domestic circuit, is playing well. And you got Ashen Bandara, got injured in India. And he's trying to make a comeback, the middle order batsman. And you got Dilshad Madhuskar. He's a fast bowler hailing from Hungama, deep down south, playing in those 18 series, just like Pramod Madhushan. As I said, Dunit Vellalage, Lakshan Sanakan, the veteran, have been in the system for a while. The mystery spinner,
So lots of opportunities for the youngsters to come good and keep knocking on the door. That's where cricket will improve in Sri Lanka. The second set of players putting enough pressure, the players who are already in the national team.
Farooqi coming round the wicket, trying to angle it into the right hand, and sometimes gets the ball to move away a little bit. On that previous occasion, just that extra bit of bounce didn't really allow the batter to cut that one away. And as you can see almost how wide Farooqi is going when he's coming round the wicket.
This is what Sri Lanka can't afford to do. 3-dot deliveries easily. And the ball is not there to hit away for a boundary or a 6. Get those singles, especially in the middle overs. You've got to be busy, showing the intensity level high, and there's plenty of batting to come. One or two risk has to be taken to compete in the modern era. And this is where Sri Lanka middle order got to take that step ahead to be competitive consistently at this level.
Yeah, I get your point, and what you're saying makes a lot of sense. It's not only you have faced 4 balls at a dot, but you're also putting pressure on your partner. And he almost feels it's his responsibility now to find a boundary from somewhere. You want to keep that run rate around 5.
It's a demand in the modern era, isn't it? Watch some of the top teams been playing, India, England, all these teams, and the middle over, the way they go, backing each other, knowing when to take the risk, when not to. Plenty of things to be done. And at the moment, confidence-wise, the Sri Lanka team is lacking. The last two series been lost.
Oh, he's got a hand to it or what? He's asking for it, but now he's pulled out from that appeal.
Try the new 7-Up Strawberry Lemonade.
हेलो सर।
अरे होने वाले दामाद जी गले तो मिलो। आजा। नो नो नो।
फिर से डैंड्रफ का डर हमेशा सर पे सवार।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
Modern day demand, as I said. And I just feel that more confidence as a team, as an individual you have, will actually be better. But at the moment, that's something that Sri Lanka, the top order batsmen, got to work out. Get a good start and then pounce on it. And get those hard hitters in the middle overs to play their natural game without any fear. Go out there and boss it in the middle. Beautifully played by Kusal Mendis for a single. And overall, Sri Lanka cricket can do that going forward with the qualifiers, the important qualifiers coming ahead. That's some area it has to be very important.
Yeah, you talk about the modern game. Even across formats, you look at them. Talk about test matches, you look to score 100 per session. Get around 300 in a day, minimum. Same goes for ODIs. Our T20 has now changed. You sometimes sit in one day, we can score at 220. Why not then aim for 300 plus every time you're playing an ODI? His top edge has gone over the keeper. Nothing Gurbaz can do about it. He'll get a boundary, but not a convincing one.
It was expected because Sadhira Samaritma last over played out 5-dot deliveries. And mid-off was up. And he was premeditating. If it's there, he was going to go for it. Those sort of risks has got to be taken. And it brings up the 150 as well for Sri Lanka.
can see that on the bottom of your screen. It's taken 39 balls for that boundary to come about.
Last delivery coming down the track, mid-on, mid-off up, trying to go over the top. And Omar Zai had the presence of mind. Saw him coming down and pitched it late. 56 for the first 50 and slightly slower for the second and better for the third. Need intensity. Mentioned in my pitch report 260, 270. Looking at the conditions, I just feel even 280 will be a pass score.
Yeah, you talk about 69 for that second 50. That's when the first wicket fell. So things just slowed down a bit. 82 was the score. Important is not to lose wickets in pairs. That really puts two new batters out there and then further slows things down. At the rate at the moment, 246 is projected. And surely you'll be eyeing somewhere between 6 and 8.
Especially with Dharanjit Silva and Charita Salanka to come to the crease, who have scored some runs in the last game very beautifully. And Nasun Shanaka and Banidhu Hasaranga, different players when the platform is being laid. Two is a call by Kusal Mendes. This is good running. Good intensity shown by both these batsmen to come back for the second run.
Yeah, I give it more to Mendes because he was keeping his eyes on that fielder. Slight fumble and he raced back to strike. Have a look at him. His partner is still waiting for his approval, and that's very nicely completed by Mendes. It was his call to come out for that second one. It's a better over after that just one run in that previous. We've got 8 already. Gone through. We'll get another couple to that total. And a good over. 10 off it, 155.
मामा की बेबी आप कहाँ गए थे पहन पुष्प पहन कर सो रहे थे एलो वाले लोशन से रैश कटर हुआ दूर और मेरे बेबी को आया सुकून मेरा सबसे बड़ा डर था रैश का तो मैंने क्रीम्स पाउडर्स ऑयल्स सब कुछ ट्राई किया लेकिन रैश का डर तो रहता ही था लेकिन अब नहीं क्योंकि मैंने स्विच किया टू पैम्पर्स जिसमें पहले से ही लोशन विद एलोवेरा है जो कबीर को दिन रात रैश से बचाता है मेरी ना सुने आप खुद ट्राई करें आप भी कहेंगे अब से नो मोर रैश डिसीजंस ट्राई पैम्पर्स
Biggest overs have been 12. Previous one 10 runs of the over. And we're looking at a 270 somewhere with wickets in hand. You could always take your chance with that. Farooqi will continue. He's got 5 overs, none for 23. He'll continue coming round the wicket to the right-hander. Not bad. He's walked into that shot.
I was going to say, bet my bottom dollar, he was going to come down the track. He's itching for boundaries, mid-on, mid-off up. That's the safe option, to go straight down the ground. And Farooqi, in the first delivery, I think he was ready for it and pitched it slightly shorter, exactly what Omar Zai did. That's why I think Shahid is just having a chat with Mohammad Nabi and still holds on to that same field.
What a shot. Square cut that pass for a diving point. This time he had timing on that. Would have loved it. The sound of the bat and the way it raced away with 49 partnership now.
Beautifully played by Sadira. Was short, crossed the seam, used the pace, and he only had to find the gap through that car point, and he did it perfectly. The man who's playing a one-dayer after 3.5 years is batting so well. Got the opportunity in the last series against Ireland, got 100, and he's looking really good. Partnership of 49 of 53. Intensity being shown, but it's important. Got to start. Want to get those strike rate as well.
Good call once again from Mendes. And that's a 50 partnership, not between them, between the batters.
Wildlife of Sri Lanka. Such good places to visit. The Yala, the Wallawe, those are the places to visit for wildlife, and plenty more will offer. Visit Sri Lanka. Tourism has picked up lately. It's good to see these boys from Sydney. We were told, and a lady as well, all the way from Sydney. Welcome to our beautiful country. And some local crowd as well behind. My good friend Russell Arnold just tweeting us and letting them know that the crowd has come down from Sydney. The ID come from as well, and love the weather over there.
Just one on that occasion. You've recently been to Australia, so you how your trip was. What's the weather like? We're getting into winters, isn't it?
Officially, June 1st, the autumn started. Just love the weather. With the heat Sri Lanka is offering, Sydney was much better and pleasing as well. It's good to be back home as always, deep down south in Hambantota. And always all the way from Sydney. Welcome, lady.
No.
Last ball loading up, just 6 runs. And will Sadira Samara Vikrama, just before drinks break, take that risk? Shahidi inviting him to go over the top, straight down the ground, mid-off up. And the rookie has been quite smart, nothing for hitting that hard length.
Does well to keep it down. And with that single, the score moves to 162 for 2.
मामा की बेबी आप कहाँ गए थे? पहन पुष्प पहन कर सो रहे थे। एलो वाले लोशन से रैश कटर हुआ दूर और मेरे बेबी को आया सुकून। मेरा सबसे बड़ा डर था रैश का, तो मैंने क्रीम्स, पाउडर्स, ऑयल्स सब कुछ ट्राई किया, लेकिन रैश का डर तो रहता ही था। लेकिन अब नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने स्विच किया टू पैम्पर्स, जिसमें पहले से ही लोशन विद एलोवेरा है, जो कबीर को दिन रात रैश से बचाता है। मेरी ना सुने, आप खुद ट्राई करें, आप भी कहेंगे अब से नो मोर रैश डिसीजंस। ट्राई पैम्पर्स।
Try the new 7-Up Strawberry Lemonade.
Hi, I'm Zara. मैं आपकी एड एजेंसी ज्वाइन करना चाहती हूँ। उफ, हेयर फॉल। If I don't look my best, तो कैसे दूंगी अपना बेस्ट?
पैंटीन, जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला, जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में। पैंटीन, बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा। हर घर मजबूत बनता है अच्छी आदतों से, जैसे ख्याल रखने की आदत। इसीलिए यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलन्स एसी का विंड ब्लास्ट फीचर करे कमरे में फौरी ठंडक। 30% स्ट्रॉन्गर एयर फ्लो, क्योंकि डॉलन्स रिलायबल है।
Oh no! कजिन का फर्स्ट फंक्शन ऑन माय फर्स्ट डे, अगर स्टेन लग गया तो? उन दिनों में एम्बैरेसमेंट से बचने के लिए ट्राई द न्यू ऑलवेज एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग, जो दे आम पैड के मुकाबले 1-2-3 गुना ज्यादा प्रोटेक्शन। एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग ऑलवेज के 3 गुना तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से रहो एक्स्ट्रा कॉन्फिडेंट। न्यू ऑलवेज एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग।
What a fancy game of cricket. अब तो कुछ fancy खाना बनता है. When you order food from Bangalore High Street, nobody needs a review. क्योंकि fancy food हो या cricket, can't miss it.
होने वाले दामाद जी, गले तो मिलो।
फिर से डैंड्रफ का डर हमेशा सर पे सवार।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू।
What a fancy game of cricket. अब तो कुछ fancy खाना बनता है. When you order food from Panda High Street, nobody needs a review. क्योंकि fancy food हो या cricket, can't miss it.
हेलो सर।
अरे होने वाले दामाद जी, गले तो मिलो। आजा। नो।
फिर से डैंड्रफ का डर हमेशा सर पे सवार।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
पैंटीन, जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रोविटामिन फॉर्मूला जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में। पैंटीन, बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा।
Get rid of the former captain of the ODI team, Dimut. No Ramat to continue.
Just before the rings break, we saw how Samara Vikrama was approaching, coming down and trying to tackle, create leads. Got big boots to fill. He's in the side in place of Angela Matthews, given that opportunity today. He looks good, just moving along, almost a runner ball. The important aspect of this partnership or his innings would be how he can convert these starts.
And also, if there's any message from the dugout of Sri Lanka, from the think tank, would be one of these batsmen to be a bit aggressive now. That's possibly can be Sadhya Samara Vikrama, the way he's been batting, and get Kusal Mendis to be the anchor, which is doing quite well, comfortably.
Afghanistan, you look back and talk about the quality of spin that they have to offer. They've got so many bowlers in spin department who've got that X factor. Got Mujib, it's just so tough to pick him up. Even faced him so many times as a player. He's picked that up. That was way too full. Had to be put away. So important to put those away whenever you get an opportunity.
Impressive, Sadhya Samara Vikrama. As I said, coming back into the ODI side after a while, the way he's batted showed a lot of presence, and this time misdirected line and a length by Noor Ahmed. And mind you, that's a good shot. Wasn't a slog, a proper cricketing stroke, almost like a drop kick for a one bounce boundary. Good start for the over for Sri Lanka.
Talking about the quality of spin, yes, he was put away for a boundary, but they always keep challenging batters around the world. And when you have left arm wrist spinner that's of a high quality, then you've got some problems to face.